New Friends, New Life started 20 years ago when a brave young woman who danced in the clubs came to the Preston Road Church of Christ and asked for help to leave the clubs. Ultimately, from that, it was decided, probably within about 6 months, that an all-women's board should be established. At that time, there absolutely were no programs in the country that we could use for a model, and it is an understatement to say that it was difficult to get financial support 20 years ago for this issue.
No one wanted to hear the ills of human trafficking, and most people had no idea that there was such a thing as human trafficking.
New Friends, New Life started with women opening their homes to their friends and neighbors to tell the stories of exploited women needing help and how our community could get involved. And we were amazed by how many in our community wanted to do something to help.
And then, by word of mouth, in the clubs and on the street, women heard about the program and started to come, seeking help and services needed to start a new life.
When my daughter was in elementary school, she brought home one day a little girl who lived on the next street to play. I watched that little girl through the years. And all of a sudden, when junior high started, I didn't see Robbie Moore.
I just never dreamed that this bubbly, cute, across the street neighbor would ever be a victim of human trafficking.
At a very young age, it was the 70s, people were partying, and I started doing drugs, and that led me into out with a couple of friends one night, and there was a topless bar, an all nude bar, and we were in our immature curiosity, we walked into it. In my immature mind, these guys paying attention to me, oh, you're beautiful, you're special, oh my gosh, look, we've never had someone like you walk into our doors before. Really? And we believed them. We're not getting attention somewhere else, and so suddenly we're getting attention from this, and it feels good. It feels right. The next thing you know, because of the drugs, because of the lifestyle, we've gotten into something that we don't know how to get out of. You know, people think, oh, it's a choice. Why didn't she just leave? And that's the part that's so hard for some people to understand. You know, if you had a choice, Robbie, would you have rather graduated from high school, which I didn't, and gone on to SMU like my family, or would you rather have been prostituted on the streets working in topless bars for the next 25 years? Well, that's a no-brainer. The reason I stayed is because I didn't know how to get out. What am I going to say on a job application? Where have you been? So it's that kind of thing that keeps you in there. So no, it's not a choice.
I really had not heard from Robbie since junior high began. And then one day at my home, we were having a coffee, and someone said there is a protege coming today who is very excited to come be in your home again. Well, she walked in the door and we both melted. Little did I know when I started working with New Friends, New Life, how much it would impact the life of someone I love. After receiving help from New Friends, New Life, she is now a mentor for teen girls coming to our Youth Resource Center. She's a true hero, survivor, and a story of transformation. Robbie, I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
I want to tell the women and children in our city, the ones that feel trapped, I want them to know there is a way out. New Friends, New Life is here to stand beside you every step of the way. And if need be, we will stand in front of you to give you the protection you need to find your own voice.
Now that we're in 20 years of doing this work, so much ground has been covered, and yet there's still so much more to do.
More than 300,000 people are victims of human trafficking in Texas, including nearly 80,000 teens and children.
Human trafficking generates $99 million in profit annually in Dallas. And every night, 400 girls are bought and sold right here on our streets.
I believe that human trafficking should be a concern to every person because it is a debasement of common humanity. And I know the character of the citizens of Dallas. We protect our children in this city and we value humanity. This will require all of our stakeholders to come together, our citizens, our law enforcement, the business community, city leaders, educators, women and men to stand together and be a united voice.
We are not just a women's issue. This is a women and men's issue.
The Men's Advocacy Group was formed in 2014. They are now very active in bringing other men in the community around this issue.
We need to instill in our children that this is unacceptable. Women are to be respected, that they're not just a good time. They are a human being, they have a soul, they have dignity.
I think it's important for men in their workplace or school or wherever to publicly take a stand against prostitution and against all of the kinds of exploitation of women that they are the source of.
It's exciting to see people beginning to stand for her. It's not just a group of women, it is men, and it's legislators and lawmakers standing for her.
When I was in and out of Dallas County Jail, all the women that were coming in there that were arrested for prostitution over and over and over and over again, well, where's the guys? Oh, well, they don't get arrested. But that conversation is changing. It's becoming that it's not that they're pimps, they're traffickers, which is what they always were. And we're not prostitutes, we were prostituted.
Long before people had this issue on their tongue and in their knowledge, New Friends was there. I just can't even begin to explain how grateful we are that we've been able to arrive to it today and to be able to educate people.
We are the catalyst that helps others want to see change.
Once people get it, they can't look away.
No little girl should be bought and sold.
We just must do something about it. It can be your daughter, be your sister, be your neighbor. My hope for the future would be that we have zero tolerance.
I would love to see the end of sex trafficking in my children's lifetime.
To the traffickers, your time in Dallas is limited, and we are coming for you.
Join New Friends, New Life and stand for her.
Not our children and
Not our city.